Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my yearly makeup favorites of 2019. So excited to be doing this, but it was also very overwhelming and stressful to pick out these items. Oh my gosh, I feel like I have so much to share with you guys for my favorites, and I think it's because I don't think I did one of these last year, which is very odd for me because I used to do these consistently. But yeah, I have a lot to show you. It was very hard to narrow down like my favorites. You guys will notice pretty much all this stuff is neutral things because a lot of times this year, since I was working full-time modeling, I would wear a lot of neutral stuff. So I have a lot of neutral palettes, neutral lip colors. So I hope you guys will enjoy that if that's what you're into. I don't have a lot of like colorful stuff, but I figured I would just do a makeup favorites this year. I was gonna do a whole beauty thing, including skincare and all that, but I thought it would just be too much. And to be honest, with my skincare, I've been really bad at trying out some new stuff, and I've been not good at skincare. But for the new year, it's one of my resolutions to really do a good focus on skincare. I've been actually starting already, and I've noticed great changes. My skin has been even better the past week, which is crazy. So I think for the new year, I'm definitely going to have some great skincare favorites, but I just really haven't tried new things for skincare. You guys know my favorite brands: Drunk Elephant, Pharmacy, Pure Lease, and I also love First Aid Beauty is like my top 4 that I buy a lot from. So I still have a lot of the same favorite products, but definitely for next year, I want to include more skincare. And I also am thinking about doing monthly favorites. I know those aren't so popular anymore, but they used to be so fun to do. So let me know if that is something you guys would be interested in, because I want to this year really dive into my collection since I have more time to actually test things out. So anyways, let me go ahead and get started. Let's do palettes first, because I know that's a pretty big category for me, and I have 4, I think, to show you guys today. So 4 palettes. These are pretty much all neutral palettes. I'll start with what I have on my eyes. So Urban Decay came out with a new Naked palette this year that a lot of people had some mixed feelings on, but I loved it. It is the Naked Honey. That is what I have on my eyes right now. I just love this, especially if you guys have blue eyes. I feel like it really makes your blue eyes pop. It just is so complimentary with these gold colors, and I love it. It's just beautiful. This is something I can just easily make a look with and know it's going to come out great. I've been really into the golden and yellow tones this year. I feel like yellow is a big trend this year, so I fell in love with this, and it's been a while since I've really loved a naked palette from Urban Decay, so I'm so glad that they did this. I think it's a great neutral palette to have in your collection if you guys like those golden tones. And the quality is just incredible. I know I never did a review of this year, but it was definitely a plus for me. Speaking of honey, my next palette is from ColourPop, and this palette kind of got me back into ColourPop again. I was kind of over them for a while, but then they started releasing these really pretty monochromatic palettes, and I was all about it. So now I'm a ColourPop addict, you guys. I have bought so many ColourPop palettes this year, and I definitely could have included more, but I did not want this video to be too crazy. But I definitely think one that stood out in my collection was the Honey palette. It's a yellow themed palette, and I just think it is so fun. I brought this with me to LA and used that for I think a few days. It's so beautiful, and you can still create a fun neutral look with this palette. I just love that it has the pop of yellows, and I like these pressed glitter shades. I know a lot of people are very iffy on them, but I do think they really help add something extra to the look just to make it a little more glam. But this one was so fun for me to try out. And you can do a pop of color, but you could also do something neutral, which I think is great. The next one I feel like I talk about all the time. You guys are probably sick of it. Put your guesses down below. But it is the Natasha Denona Gold palette. This one is one of the luxury palettes of the bunch. It's pretty pricey, but I honestly use this more than any of my palettes. I've used it so much, especially for photo shoots and stuff. It is my go-to neutral palette, and just nothing compares to this quality. Here's the shades. I think it's so funny because the first time I saw this palette on like Trendmood when it was releasing, I was like, I am not buying that. Like, no way. I do not need 20 shades of the same gold. But they actually are pretty different on the lids, and the shimmers are just so powerful and gorgeous, and the mattes blend out amazingly. I've tried the Alter Ego dupe for this as well, and I just can't get into it. It's just something about the quality and formula of Natasha Denona. I'm just in love. I love it so much. So if you guys ever do feel like you want to splurge on something that you would use like every day, you want a nice neutral palette with still a couple pops of color in there, I would definitely suggest the Natasha Denona Gold. It's amazing. Or you can always wait until there's like a 20% off, but I would highly recommend it. I think it is absolutely beautiful. Hands down, my #1 favorite that I've used this year. And I don't think it came out this year. It might have came out last year. I was a little late to the game on it. I'm not exactly sure, but I've definitely been using it a ton in 2019. And then I had to include the Tati Beauty palette as well. I just think this was such an essential palette for me to have, and I really have been enjoying it so far. It is fairly new. This is volume 1, but I feel like there's a lot you can do with this. It kind of has your everyday neutrals. Once again, this one has a little bit more, I would say, warmer tones, but I like that it has a matte, it has a foil, and then like these glitters as well. So I feel like there's pretty much anything you could do with this palette, and the quality is amazing. They blend out really nicely, and I also use this one a lot for photo shoots when I want a super glam look. So I do think that her palette is very good. I'm excited to see what else Tati comes out with for the 2020, but I will link my review of this down below if you guys want to see a look with this and check it out. I'll move on to some face stuff here. So for foundations, I have 2 of them that I tried that came out this year. First up being the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Foundation. This one I was not at all expecting to like because I usually don't go for hydrating foundations. I have more oily skin, but I would say this has to be the best hydrating foundation for oily skin. It does not make me look super greasy or anything. It does give me a nice glow. I actually use this a lot mixing in with some of my other more matte foundations just to give me a little bit of something. So this is a great one for mixing if you guys have oilier skin, but I also like it by itself for more like medium coverage. But I'm really impressed with this. I really enjoy it, and I never expected to like it so much, but I have been loving this one. I think it's very good. And then my next one is for all you oily skin girls. It's the Tarte Face Tape Foundation. This one also surprised me, but I do tend to like Tarte foundations, and I really liked the matte shape tape that they came out with first for the foundation, but they came out with this one this year, and I've really been enjoying it. I actually have that one on today. It really does last all day long. I've had this on since like 10 a.m. this morning. It's like 5 o'clock right now, and it's still good to go for the evening. I didn't even have to touch up. I do get a little bit dewy on my face, but it's nothing a little bit of powder can't fix. I like that it gives me a little bit of radiance, and it's not too matte, but I do think this is more for oily skin. But yeah, this one is full coverage. It covers my blemishes. I didn't even have to put concealer on today. So I'm pretty obsessed with this. I would definitely recommend if you guys want something full coverage and more mattifying. I think this one is great for that. And then I have a couple of Jeffree Star items that I'm just obsessed with for the face. So I was very surprised that these have become very like must-have essential holy grail products in my makeup routine. So first up is the Magic Star concealer. It's so cute. The packaging is a little bit bulky, I will say. This little star I could do without. It's kind of sharp, but it has a gemstone packaging, and this is the concealer. I have 3 different shades of this. I'm obsessed. This one is the lightest one I have. I don't wear this one as much, but my other one's in my makeup bag. This one is in C2. This is my other one. As you can see, the star broke off, but this one is in C11. I do prefer C11. There's so many shades in this one, but it is such a good formula. It really just covers well underneath the eyes, and it's not too drying, which is always good. So I feel like this is perfection. I don't know how I did it, but this formula is everything. I'm obsessed. And then I actually really enjoy the Magic Star powder as well. I feel like those two go together pretty well, but I also use this with my other concealers and my foundation as well, just to set everything. The best part is it actually smells kind of like cotton candy. It's so nice, so it makes me smile every time I put it on. So I've really been enjoying that, and I feel like his products are pretty affordable. His face products, I think this powder is like $28 or something like that, and the concealer is like $20. It's really good prices for what you get, and they're amazing quality. Next up, I want to talk about a couple highlighters. First one is actually in this palette here, but it actually released in a single size this year, which is very exciting. It is Benefit's Cookie Highlighter. I'll swatch it for you. This is so pretty. I'm so glad that they finally released it by itself, but I don't know, it doesn't even look like amazing when you swatch it, but on the face it's so pretty. I pretty much take this with me everywhere. Here is what it looks like. So gorgeous. So now you can get this in a single from Benefit, so I would definitely grab it. It's such a good highlight. I feel like it would work for many different skin tones, and I always get compliments on that one when I wear it, but yeah, I wish they still made this little 3-pan palette because it's so good. Of course, I use the Hoola bronzer a ton in there, and also the Gold Rush blush. Those are all really great products from Benefit, but they make some great like boxed powders. I love their cheek products. And then this one is also kind of a surprise as well, but I honestly really like it. A lot of people didn't. I don't know why, but I think it's such a good highlighter. It's from the Too Faced and Erica Jane collection. I won't say the name because it's how many, well, I'll just say How Many F's Do I Give is the name. And it's called Money Honey, and it has an imprint of a $sign in there, but this highlight is so vibrant. This is the one I have on today. I feel like it's so glowy. I've had this on all day, like I said, and it still stays there. I think it's a really nice color. It does have that more golden undertone. I usually mix together, and it's so soft, but this is a very bright highlight. I know a lot of the Erica Jane collection was at TJ Maxx recently, but I never saw this highlighter there. But I honestly think this is probably the best thing from the collection. I really like it, and I was actually pretty impressed with the whole collection in general. I included a couple of her items in my TJ Maxx favorites of the year. But yeah, I just had to suggest this to you guys if you guys want something that's very vibrant, a more gold highlight. This one does work for me, even though I do have more fair skin, and I think it's absolutely stunning, so I had to mention that one. Next up, I have a blush. You guys know I talk about these all the time, but this is from Buxom. This is their primer infused blush. These are so good, and this one I use the most. It's called Havana, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful pink. It just makes your cheeks so bright and just like very healthy and flushed. But these seriously have so much pigmentation. You barely need anything on your brush, and they are just so vibrant. So I'll swirl this out so you guys can see. That is how it looks blended. If you just swatch it normally, it's very vibrant and pigmented. They recently just sent me the other colors in these. I'm so excited. I have on Seychelles today. It's more of a nude, so I'm just obsessed. It's the only blush I chose because I use these so much this year, and I absolutely love them, and they do really stay on all day. And then a new bronzer that I tried is from Fenty Beauty. I feel like her bronzers did so well this year. This one's in the shade Shady Biz, which is what I have on today, and I feel like it's a really nice formula. They're very blendable, and they have some great colors in the range. As you can see, I've used this a lot. I bought a deeper color as well to have for when I self-tan, which I don't usually do that with bronzers. I usually just have one. I don't usually buy other shades, but this one I had to have two because I really like it a lot. I'll swatch this one for you. This one I would say is good for fair to light skin tones. Here is the swatch there. But yeah, I thought that these were really nice, and I think a lot of people are going to have these in their favorites this year. And there is some people that don't like them as well, but I just thought they were a pretty good bronzer. I haven't tried many new ones actually this year. I think this is probably the only new one that I've had, so I would definitely recommend the Fenty bronzers. And then another concealer that I forgot to mention, but I've used this so much. This is my go-to for covering acne. This has a really high coverage, and sometimes like your normal under eye concealers they can't do the job and they don't stay in place. So I feel like you really need a good cream product to cover blemishes. And I struggle with blemishes a lot this year, which is another reason why I just went through my skincare and got rid of a ton of stuff. But this is the Marc Jacobs Accomplice Concealer. I use this all the time. I've used so much of it, and it's a nice full coverage cream stick, and I usually will just dot this on my spots and it completely covers it. Like, I'll be breaking out so bad and you cannot even tell, which is great for photo shoots for me because I just want to have like that perfect flawless skin. So this honestly has come in handy so much. I need to get another shade in this. Nothing can beat this for blemishes. It's honestly the best out there. Next is a mascara. I don't think this came out this year, but this is when I used it. It's from Smashbox, and it's their Super Fan Mascara. I do have it on today. I feel feel like this one is just really nice and lengthening for the lashes. It separates them well. It doesn't clump up, but I love it for length. It has a smaller wand, so it's really easy to get in there and really coat your lashes. It is really good, so I definitely suggest trying this. You can usually find it on sale sometimes. I got mine during the Ulta Black Friday for like $10, and I had like a sample size before, I think from like a Sephora Play. But yeah, this is so good. You guys will have to let me know if you guys have tried it. And then we'll move on to lips. I chose 4. It was really hard. So I have 2 liquid lipsticks and 2 lipsticks. I've actually been wearing a lot of regular lipsticks this year. I'll start with what I have on, and that is the Huda Beauty. This is their matte lipstick in the shade Anniversary. I do like this formula. It does have a little bit of a weird feeling on the lips. They are matte, but they're not like super drying or anything, but I just really love this color. As you can see, I've used almost half of it already, but I feel like this is a nice warm nude. I have so many cool tone nudes, and I never find like any actually warm toned ones, so I feel like this one is an essential in my collection because it just goes with so many different looks, like the one I did today. Since I had more gold on the eyes, I didn't want anything pink on the lips. But yeah, this one always seems to go perfect with any makeup look, and I love this color. And then my next shade, this one is more unique from Bare Minerals, and it's in the shade Spice. And I really like their Bare Pro lipsticks. I feel like these are pretty good. They came out this year, I think. Here is a swatch. It has more of a peach undertone, so it's a little bit deeper than Anniversary, but I love the peachiness to it. I feel like it's so pretty. Another nice warm toned lipstick, and yeah, like I said, the formula is really good on these. I have quite a few of them, and no one ever talks about them, but I feel like they do deserve the hype. They're really good, so definitely check out the Bare Pro lipsticks from Bare Minerals. And then for liquid lips, these did not come out this year, but I've been pretty much wearing these non-stop every day. First up is the Morphe liquid lipstick in Virgin. This is a really pretty nude pink. It's basically the perfect nude in my opinion. Here is what it looks like on the side. These are very inexpensive, and I feel like the formula is pretty good. They last really well on the lips. I usually like to top some gloss on this just to make it not so drying, but this shade, I just love it, and I love that it's so inexpensive too. And then the last product I'll mention is from Jeffree Star's line, and this is his liquid lipstick in Mannequin. I've definitely fallen in love with Jeffree Star products this year. From doing his mystery boxes, I found so many favorites, and this liquid lipstick is seriously the best nude. I think it's pretty similar to Virgin. I'll swatch it for you guys here. A little bit deeper. This is what it looks like on the side, so that one's just a little bit darker than Virgin, but it's a really gorgeous nude. I'm so sad I didn't get a backup during his sale that he had for Black Friday, because I need to get one, but I think it's like sold out everywhere, so I'll have to wait till he restocks, because I'm almost out of this and I never use up liquid lipsticks, so that is insane that I've almost used this up and I need to get another one. But this is definitely my favorite color from his line, a great nude that I would definitely recommend picking. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for my makeup favorites of 2019. I went over so many things. Let me know your favorites in the comments down below, and of course let me know if you guys do want to see monthly favorites again, because I feel like it would be fun to bring those back again and see what I've been loving for the month. But I'll go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. All these items will be linked down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.